blues fans, glad you made it. It's time for another episode of This Week in the Blues, our look at blues history 1 week at a time. I'm your host, Jimbo Big Train Matson, with Big Train and the Locomotives. So let's take a look at what happened this week in blues history. Let's start off with a Ghost of Mississippi story, although this one starts in Texas. Oscar Buddy Woods was a blues guitarist born sometime between 1892 and 1903. Woods' best-known song was Lone Wolf Blues, which gave him his billing name as the Lone Wolf. He was born around Natchitoches, Louisiana, and relocated to Shreveport, Louisiana around 1925, where he started to work as a street musician and played for tips at juke joints. Woods was an early blues pioneer in lap steel and slide guitar playing. Blues harmonica player James Harman was born on June 8th in 1946. Born in Anniston, Alabama, Harman began taking piano lessons at the age of 4. Harmonicas owned by his father were stored in a piano bench, and James tried playing them after his piano lessons ended. In time, he learned to play several other musical instruments, including the guitar, electronic organ, and the drums. June 8th is also the birthday of slide guitarist Derek Trucks. He's the nephew of longtime Allman Brothers drummer Butch Trucks. Trucks began playing guitar when he was 9 and shared stages and sat in with the likes of Buddy Guy and the Allman Brothers Band by the time he was 12. Trucks later married blues guitarist Susan Tedeschi, and the pair continued to record and perform as a Tedeschi Trucks Band. Skip James, the best-known proponent of so-called Bentonia School of Blues, was born on June 9th in 1902. He is among the earliest and most influential Delta bluesmen to record. His guitar playing is noted for its dark, minor key sound, played in an open D minor tuning with an intricate finger-picking technique. Coupled with oddball guitar tuning set against eerie falsetto vocals, James' early recordings could make the hair stand up on the back of your neck. After his 1931 recordings sold poorly, he drifted into obscurity until being rediscovered in the blues revival of the 1960s. June 9th, in 1924, Joseph Ferdinand Lamothe, better known as the great Jelly Roll Morton, recorded his signature song, Jelly Roll Blues. This early jazz foxtrot was composed by Jelly Roll Morton and first recorded as a piano solo in Richmond, Indiana in 1924. The tune is also notable for having an Argentine tango-like rhythm and flavor in several passages, which Morton claimed was essential to real jazz. June 9 is the birthday of Les Paul. Not only was he a pioneer of the solid body electric guitar, he was also an accomplished jazz, blues, and country guitarist. In the 1950s, he and his wife, singer and guitarist Mary Ford, recorded numerous records, selling millions of copies. In 1940, Paul created a prototype instrument called the Log, which was one of the pioneer solid body guitars. He approached Gibson Guitar Corporation with his idea in 1941, but it wasn't until Fender began making its Esquire and Broadcaster guitars in 1950 that they showed interest. The guitar was dubbed the Gibson Les Paul and released for sale in 1952. Also on June 9, we mark the birthday of rhythm and blues singer Johnny Ace. He had a string of hit singles in the mid-1950s. Alexander died of an accidental, self-inflicted gunshot wound at the age of 25. The senseless death of the young pianist Johnny Ace, while allegedly indulging in a round of Russian roulette backstage at Houston's City Auditorium on Christmas Day in 1954, tends to overshadow his relatively brief but illustrious recording career at Duke Records. And finally, we wish the one and only Howlin Wolf a happy birthday on June 10th. In the history of the blues, there's never been anyone quite like Howlin Wolf. 6'3", and close to 300 pounds in his salad days, the Wolf was the primal force of music spun out to its ultimate conclusion. Robert Johnson may have possessed more lyrical insight, Muddy Waters more dignity, B.B. King certainly more technical expertise, but no one can match him for the singular ability to rock the house down to the foundation while simultaneously scaring its patrons out of its wits. We just covered some of the highlights here. If you want to know more about these artists or other things that happened this week in the blues, be sure to follow our social media pages or visit our website at bigtrainblues.com. We'll have a new episode next week. We'll see you then.